Oh, okay. Good evening and welcome to KILI Storytelling Hour. My name is Brian, Sergeant Cloud, and I come up here on Wednesdays from 5 to 6. And I bring you story, a little on education and announcements, and this evening I'm very I will say, what's that word, fortunate to have as I was leaving the school this evening, Tim was there, and he comes up here whenever he can, and he's here, so I'll let him introduce himself, and I'm very glad that he's here. He's going to share his thoughts, and I'll let him do that. But before he introduce himself, I'm going to do my I haven't been here for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm going to say good evening to some of the listeners. I hope they're out there listening this evening. Charlie up in Martin, Tom in Pine Ridge, and there's other listeners, like I have one call from Omaha in Nebraska, Ichitahaska. He's over there probably painting away. He likes to paint pictures. And also I want to say good evening to Lakota, Crawford, Nebraska, and Maniluza, Rapid City, and Hot Springs, Wambli, Buluoke, Naogalala, Ktate washte wajili la washte chayahapo, Koyatim Oilaka.
Hello, Brian. Ale hake Hello, Brian. Wama fkasa wahi. We must this that's a lack.
Is it doing when you?
I get doing this one more kiss in the salon. No market. Yeah, Mr. La Yukpia Wahi La Mr. Mitrakolakil Hokala, Otta Miller, Jonah Life. Chris Eaglehawk, Oglalek Dana, Larry Buckman, at Dukdale Little when you my Timmy, Bobby, and Billy Little Dog, and Atona Suluki Chan Naku Yuhakina, and La Yuskia, the Wagalakina, and Mesan Takuku. Taku Yetzel, Brian Waganaka Kilona, Mesa Takusne, Wina Moyaka, a princess. Taku so as nasty. Imara Jacker, woman is Jack Octalo, and Pilamra.
I'm really glad that Tim came up here, and this evening, our storytelling, we're going to use a lot of my first language, the Lakota language. Tim talks Lakota, and I speak Lakota, so we will use our first language, and then I'll throw in some of my second language, which is the English language. So keep your dial there, right there at 90.1 and 88.7, and also on the internet, KILIradio.org. Even if you don't understand the Lakota language, keep it right there, because today not many people speak the Lakota language. So just listen and see, enjoy it, and we'll throw in some English language and keep you happy. So this evening, Lakota Tim, takwa in watonga lechiwahi naha in chajechiat kolachi kai hey watonga thankal naje le waya akta kai ata nishnala chakwa la taku hie ganata pahio man cha moching naje hina every spring, just last week, the theme was keep Jimanka clean up. Jimanka hoki papoy abahechik takuko up. Everybody they pass out trash bags, and even some of the school students, they went outside and picked up trash around the school. Jahecha ibrukchana okay. Leish nala hechu helpcha. Wa ha Lukuta chankpeo pogna hin khaata lila kokach ala otafslet in khanale in Walmart chata as wogan wuz halas kas ta hecha gena chunkash kanata khay ta skala ta matwala lila in kokach lota chas le chalo you can le in akewato opta hin khaata the challenge of the Gihuyuk right now from we came through I was telling Tim here that one day I was looking outside, so I was looking down the road in Anderson. Tim was the only one picking up trash. So one day I was up here, I mentioned his name, and I said, we should help Tim keep at least the roads clean and everything, the community. And one day I came by down here, past one day, and there was a lot of those plastic bags all over. So I said, somebody's got a lot of chickens around here. And they were plastic bags. And today, or even last week, I came through there, and it looks beautiful out there.
Go ahead, clean it up, it's in the lab. We'll put them in each other. And, theater is a hate a bit of personal Mitchaki, why are you system met hotels to Makaya at a good washer up and then labor. And no, here and I had done Payard clean my hair, Tilada type, Baha. Here I'm just not talking about head talker, head talk, you know. And Magala can look up Brewster. Now, it's every weekend, Friday. Tieni lasti wagalatina clean one hey one black one white bag in weeds or her chugata Italian casa it takes money na you want to know she picked up wagon who could out doing hell paper tik avec dog bag etan ikhbar khoka khugina yo khlata kasa wa pa yo $100 bill. Yes, I was in the orchestra. And man, when I like can walk out the time, but particularly, you like Measure at the practitioners. I believe in a lot of spirituality, personal well-being, and understanding. And we try a lot. What the each eagle come on. I hope that and I had to watch it is how you want to Easter kind of ucha and I iskimit. The crew wanna lay hake. As an my have who's paying you up. I have just not. I've heard talking. I didn't mean to say that. Nobody pays me. I do it on my own time. There's some people that go by and offer me for pop or cigarettes or whatever. And from Madison, there's a girl named jumping to go. Hey, school little while. Washington.
Arlene, huh?
Hey, she donated me $20 one day. That's all I do. I don't ask for nothing. I just do it on my own time.
Okay, Arlene, if you're listening, that is very good. You know, today it's hard to do that. It's good that you're doing that. And what Tim said was that all this work that he's doing to keep our roads and community clean, he's doing it on his own, and sometimes he gets help. He mentioned Arlene, she works at the school. She gave him $20. That's good. That's good. Generosity. This evening, Tim mentioned the word spirituality. And last week, I was looking through some papers. And, at the school, we have some copies of Indian Country Today. And I was looking through one of them, dated April 17th, 2013. And on the MediaNetwork.com, there's a commentary. It's titled Native American Ghost Stories. And in here, they mention spirituality. So I'll read this, and then maybe Tim will listen, and maybe he can add on it. And I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll just go through here and read some of the things that's mentioned in here. The title of this is Native American Ghost Stories by Ruth Hopkins. Ruth Hopkins is it says here she's from Sisseton, Wahpeton. She is a Sisseton, Wahpeton, and Hunkpapa Lakota. She's a writer. And I'll just read the first paragraph, and then I'll go through here and talk about the things that she mentioned in here. Once upon a time, natives gathered around a campfire to share stories. These tales were used to educate, instill values, and to preserve culture and history. They also provided a means of creative expression and intellectual dialogue. And they were entertaining. Ancient native storytellers were some of mankind's earliest improv performers, and a little embellishment was par for the course. We had a story for everything, and from how constellations and landmarks formed to Wanari tales. Wanari is spirit. So we'll talk about that Wanari here as soon as I finish here. Every native has a ghost story to tell. I use the term ghost loosely, as we are a spiritual people with strong belief systems. Our ghost stories may involve spirits that mainstream culture refers to as ghosts, but they may also include personal accounts of encounters with Bigfoot. Here's another one, Bigfoot. Bigfoot, deer woman, or maybe even a deer woman, are spirit beings like little people, and also Iktomi, the trickster, or even something no one has ever heard of. Do these things exist? I have no proof in the Western scientific sense, although I do know quite a few honest people who have had supernatural experiences, or who believe they have interacted with ancestral spirits through prayer and ceremony. Okay? My dad always said he thought indigenous peoples were more sensitive to supernatural phenomena. He said it was because we were closer to our origins and thus closer to the vile. That divides our living physical world from the spirit world, as well as other dimensions. The native perspective of spirituality does differ from that of the mainstream. Western culture separates spirituality from other aspects of life, if it believes the spirit exists at all. Traditionally, natives believe that the spirit realm exists, although we may have a limited understanding of its human beings. We don't cut off spirituality from the rest of our life. Indeed, walking the sacred red road demands one understand that all things are connected. Like most natives, I grew up hearing ghost stories. When I reflect on them, I realize that some serve a purpose. When I was a teenager growing up on a reservation, an old abandoned house across the lake was pointed out to me. I was told that a man once lived there who practiced love medicine. He stole girls' hair and used magic to make them fall in love with him. Then he used them and cast them aside after he grew tired of them. This story scared the daylights out of me, but it also enforced tribal cultural teachings about caring for one's hair, and told me a little something about the different types of medicine people practiced. It also warned me of the danger of getting involved with men who might seek to take advantage of me. Another res legend, as opposed to urban legends, in the northern plains is about sacred little people who terrorize anyone who's getting drunk, especially out in nature. Little people who terrorize anyone who's getting drunk, especially out in nature. While the scenario and characters often change, surely this story has discouraged a few underage natives from driving off into the country to party. Scary stories are just plain fun too. We enjoy passing them on. In 1999, I won a Story of the Month award from Castle of Spirits, an Australian website. My submission was a native ghost story told to me by a relative. As the idle no more Twitter phenomenon has shown us, natives are becoming masters of social media. This technological adaptation has merged with our love of sharing and storytelling to create pages where natives post stories and provide each other with feedback. The Facebook community page, Native Ghost Stories, is one such venue. While the page was just created on January 9th, it has taken off and currently a following of more than 40,000 people. The page is posting ghost stories from natives of every tribe from all over North America. Once you begin reading stories, you may find it difficult to leave. Accounts of the spirits of long-dead native children who play in abandoned boarding schools are heart-wrenching, while others describing encounters with inhuman spirits are downright hair-raising. By the way, the page has pictures too. Whether you deem the material posted on the page as legitimate is your choice, but it's definitely engaging, and while you are there, you'll learn more about natives and other experiences. Whether they realize it or not, those who participate on Native Ghost Stories and other pages like it are assisting in the advancement of a primary tool of cultural preservation, storytelling. How exciting. Yes, the modes of transmission and venues may have changed, but the millennia-old tradition of storytelling still runs strong among our people. Now, pardon me while I take a moment to burn some sage and smudge off. Well, takuku yaat storytelling. Hani hoch in le wanavi akle hoch yakapsa. Taku nach umgafte. Is takun wankapi. Hana le ni wankile hana nach umau. Honna nakun le moji le iktomi avale nakom henakom uchoya kecha acha toch chinish le wana ve uchoya kunji nach tosh in majil chijak majil le chankpeo pe waya hel hani hel vichashon washa this ain't chankpeo pe akhokia ti chajeba tipteo ganai chahe khtaat chahinas nahis wana inglayo wana ahina khink de losa chahe ya we choya kech na he is atwa o kya kan cheche acha wana hele he waya hele wana sta kun gap in that cheche is ta kun nach umpi gap cheche wana ha cockpit chim ta ara je gap
mais Trokahel was het somehow in my house that kom atat wekker hij zich bogelak after we talk me Tony Leo and for janitorski we talk en zo wat dan keer zo niet umpina is they were human at one time. Dat was goed zaak papier. Goed zaak professioneel. Wij hadden in Lakota op in letztes nou iets al kapianta. Dat ze hadden net aan die pauwika. Ook naast hij met Matache ayaptakel noch saki kena oganas na takun you let's up yog piasna hesa takun helsna ayaptakel agadipi app so you must never think negative and vice versa tos takun one kamanta o takun wakib khana is takun Sita app, Hena, Toyuka Hena has a Hena Ayoptasni. See Hena walk home after this. Mitonia Ekigana Lakota, Kidwa, Hippie Hunter, Mitoyuske, Uncha Hippie. One is an attack on the city. Man, hell was the Mulake. So now, the moral of the story, hell, Cochintala Umbalaka. Jim ki clean wahina waton tako kholena wabakes lesta stage set ka toin kha hotsin sa tikana yanke huki crisscross kina stage ki astos khanda gwaga rakhtaga ka hems ne kaina na pekilos stage al aput khayaka hesna Womblake as helms en womblake na as sina ite atrins na yani as pioneer na flower bag twigna kakarap ses helms igluze na lebo hakina organizok tetun magalok ses as down the road maybe 2, 3, 4 months later. To me, the encounter was always was part of my well-being. It made me feel, it gave me a good vibration. It made me feel good. I wasn't scared or anything. Sooner or later, it started to be amongst the kids. You skat up na iza oha skate. Holevana wohakin kita secha iluksa mata. Het tables ki move wanasna, bulganasna. You win organ, I want to water of that. So, a table, well, let's say this slow watch. You call Mokata, Yanka. Table Mokata, Kata. It looks and this is unbelievable. It looks and but I get to visualize it and watch it. To headsness, you slow up, you can organ, head to set up. It's a little man there. It's an encounter when why else we can block is a dog they always say that you should never try to find out who or what it is. To me it could have been a little pioneer girl or taku. Do I have Turskus Naheglas. For all of you that's listening, a lot of the kids saw it and they'd ask me and I'd tell them don't have no fear of it. You must never have anything negative in thought in your spirituality, spiritual world.
So it is true. So it is true that we are a spiritual people.
Yeah.
The Lakota people are spiritual people, and then now we have. She mentioned Bigfoot in here. Now you hear a lot about Bigfoot too. And that's and then you have she mentioned the deer woman too. Now that's a story too. That's like I always look for stories, and one of the books that I run across, they have the deer woman in there, and then you hear stories about that too. There's push little Vichoya control on nach tua chankoga na hiya yang kai doki vichasha kilo na shi de vikoshkala kai gonna thought check taseche hanta vanash vikoshkala kai to manala kanajin and who had not tachta wage bitan. I had to with choyake. China, those are they have been passed down. Those stories about that here. So hena dikhe when nakule in the Iktomi. I have a Iktomi story, but I'm going to do that here next few minutes. So it is true, and also like they mention here about the medicine man. Prehi, hani nakum prehi anglaka. Hoashchile han in hosh in meluza dayene aglashla han tahel prehi nani jigsan han nakalka hen ikhbab. Hani hosh bakhan janji prehi jigsan han tan yach Allah. Ilab no chacha isto. Oh. Na nakum le nakum chile hani le khaja kelna le happy khalena hena thankala ista shnikasa inawa gezashna tama naglaya Vashija, a long time ago, you don't leave your children's clothes outside. Don't leave them in the car or leave them laying around outside. You make sure you take them inside. And those stories have been passed, down the line. You won't, maybe in our world, the Lakota world, you hear those things, but on the outside world or the culture, you won't hear those. Now today they have this they mention they used idle no more as a example, as the social media internet idle no more. That's what is that? A movement. They're not idle no more. And it's very strong. It's worldwide. And then you have the Facebook community page too. That's where they have the native ghost stories up. So maybe if you're listening and if you want to see some ghost stories, try it out on Facebook under native ghost stories. So hena lehan e takuku le hani vichoya ke hena hechna hena oyakam chet. Hena helna kum le dakwa ya he the tosh the storytelling kile le vichoya ke kile. The primary tool of cultural preservation is storytelling. We're telling about, we're preserving our culture. Ganas onach was het nice hoch ganas hoch bleed yapsni nice ganas wa ja auch das alle hallo ja das net da kommt ha hat sagen le hani cocktail hoch amauf na kam ha ganas han cocktail ja ganas ake hoch hoch
Hij is hem mee mama khaja Hetsik te wogala kartnasna wichisteme. Kork khasha trokelas disna mestime me. You actually, this is a little bit humor. You have the entire reservation. And then you only had to wogala nach ongepan. Lang krok papi. Kisagapi. Kan jou sneer. Daar goed is een kalboot. Woord aan sneer. Ja, zo. Lang krok ga je niet zeggen.
En de goed het gaan kan leren een zo'n sneeuw ja. So if you're walking out there in the dark, don't whistle.
You see, guitar rock, you have after the tennis yard like one nature. You have Rosan the place. That way is not we change that.
Muzie hakke is het dan. Wanneer yoga kan kan dat zo. Staken je ook niet kijk. Atlas de yoga kan de naad dus naadje dus naar roge hakke. En ik ga dus naar dat ook zo'n vlak iets uit. Kan ik toch toch net. Maar toch ook let kan dat zo toch nog ook ja. Hani tua othan kai hetsi nojin hale onek taitsa badala ka tua yunin chata khasai chaki khoktish nika nani ma kuslecha nako lecha manas hetsa manari kham hetsa hoch ayakon ha ktektul hoch ayakon is na trosh in hani وجدته مكاكن تكون عشان تهي أنا لختي أنا رب أخباي ولا أساس هتشوا وهاش نطامش تونيش نشوف لا إن تكون نكوي ولا نتهي للويا كغلب لكش للوونس بيتشاتا whenever we come up here we always say that persistence, perseverance on the commitment in the Lakota language. And whenever I come up here with Tim, we always touch on the Lakota language. And today we have some visitors at the school, and one of them was a Spanish teacher, and I talked to the group yesterday, and they wanted to know. We always share how we teach, and we call it methodology. So and everybody uses. We call it TPRF, or total physical response. So helt kort kan je kort le apeloi so after kort pencil ja kipas hata he wichazo ki ichua hata inajina wichazo ki ichua hata inajina ha wichazo ki ichu wichazo ki egna kayo hata wichazo ki le egna hoyuta kayo hata yuta total physical response. So het khosh na khot ya tak in et shohat so link there. So in Ukraine the Spanish teaching method here they use that methodology of total physical response. It's very hard, but when in that culture, Spanish culture, there's a lot of Spanish speakers, and a lot of Spanish families, their children speak Spanish, and they use the English language as second language. It's just like you go to Chinese restaurant, and I went to one in Shadman one time, and he was talking to his little children in their language, and they answer back in their language. So they don't speak English; they speak their own language. So that's why we encourage here. If you speak Lakota, speak Lakota at home, and then your children will hear you when you speak language too. So, but whenever we go to Rapid City, we all speak English. Jak lapsesz na oświeciu.
Czuję osobska lewa. Tak chodź słyszymy umówić.
In Lakotia, in Nachtweg, was ich nicht, wenn ich komme, ich war ja nach Daten, ich war ja storytelling up to Lakota. I'm going to do my story in the Lakota language this evening, and it's about Iktomi, the trickster. Whenever we tell a story about Iktomi, he's a trickster. So he is the moral of the story is like you listen to it and then you're going to and it makes you think. Maybe he won't share, or he likes to call people little brother, because he always wants to be superior. He wants to be called Chie, which is older brother, because he wants to be the smarter than you. So the Iktomi we try to KILI Iktomi watohan in wahampi toki yoha. So ya in belewa elihon. So wahampi leto ishnala yatkint. Het is het hart. So wahampi regel in beleagla kan zijn wel kan toe houden. Dat is eerlijk. Ook zo'n centwaars twintig. So ya gahin wana in tawatsa no happy had to agaluta to wana tuahi kitsta komne wana ukta ga chinshne wana ya gahin han akuna ka tua hawa ya cha uksam ksenta tuanis na kuta ke tuan khale in bele ta in sinkpela hi kas in khpaina he cha hawa agana ma cha sinkpela le wahan pigle aita ke cha han thol iktomi ma cha na ni hinche le ta komne le chi yutin te chinshne Dokieżkie członk hantogi sznole jutnik, tak ja łączę na jukcin. Łączę na synkpela heczel jukcin sznes, jakie synkpela, jakie na kolei misło jakie, łączę na misło jest tchanka. Misło i zapły brukczan jakie, kienga czyn plak. De dwo hier hanto i sznole łampirle het kink plak. Skpela KILI aitake, tak jest letake czynność. Ohajake hecz. Zagana Iktomi la nie hukeszne cha in de het hankarle chwil yalawash kuntalake Iktomi. Na nie tchoki yalake. Chana lata skpela ya cha skpela inat khnata. Jasne ne Iktomi le ich egle chwil yalawash kake. Zagana lat keke. Chwil yalawash kan hoya cha ta Skpela kigrek achele ata Iktomi haka ata mukhup kigrek ija haka ya. So belegle homini kia kon to at khakagle honen he. Waan pirganat. Ana ta bakhiyam han le Iktomi hal ikhet khan ka ya ka tsasik khakin ata mukhup dagle khpak. Leeg ewan chwil yalawash kan helat ketsa inajokist. Ata vez skpela kuna is khokagle honen kaya. Wato hana ya kina ha ziglos tostak. Lama yalak. Na ese kignum kaglak. وهي وراك هذا يلوك هذا تخش حلو يها داغني يوتشن خاطش شجع ل نقول سبلا كله كله نيوكش نيلا داغني عشان يه وهي فدمشنا وهي يكتم فوق نجا نغلط نكون راك خلينا هنا
تعيشوا
تلاقي وانا نكون والله هنسنا ويا أكتاي تاكوكو لأننا كأماني وشا ويا كلنا يها ملزها دا بيت زابطن ياب تطونا ياب تكاج هنا تيمي ينكتا هشتا هنا تاني يها بيت زابطن كها ملزها يكتاي أنا بيت غاتاك وهيتي مناش ل هيوك خاطان أماني يكتا شيء هيوك خاطان تقرأ ألف نتقرأ جاك فوتة وكتش ما يعرف أفضل شيء وهنا هتشتنا كويك أنا كويك متخنكتا ويك في هاكت ليلا كتشوت أفضل لي ويا لنيها إكتشنا يا هيا بيتر أتاهيتشيم هي ويك في هاكت هنا أشنو تاكي فازو
وهي هاكي وانا وهي vacation out of that.
وانا بتان ناس أكو نوبا يامدي ها ويا وقت هو كان رجلنا تياتر وقت هو خمس إننا كيا لهان وانا نكون ل واشيتو ل وشكو تشانشناتي هايت هنا تقول كأخلاق مني هكذا ها هو خلق خطة راسبي تشاكين نمخ إيها ما كيف تشاكين مش نرى من قاهرة
هي خطاكم ويكسن سكول ويكوش كلاكا نو ويتشاكاكي سمها هو كسلامي تخاكي ها وفيكيشن سمها وكسلامي تخاكي ها كسي reading مثل واين reading for research like Tima I want to talk quite enough but I was actually doing it as a grandfather or a father and a grandfather to the students. There's nothing bad about it. You can Tima Hiuta Kanishna or Sitojik Siuta Kanishna read on uptebla read on us na khakaya ta kyanas na yoy ta kyanas na no skat on us na haked no hunas na tuana na het on us na akeno khna hoch read and come ta owita kakena lefkhe het tmama kahena obla the ash atas 20 ito khasn solitafkhe na they give their time to do this, to come and do this for our children. But our children weren't taking part. They were in and out of class. So I told them, before you set your summer program with your reading or anything that deals with our students, is to set your curricular activities just like it is a school year. I said that way they would have to come in, sign in, and they'd have to act and behave like they're in class instead of running in and out and in, and not paying, not taking in what's been given to them, and it's free. Even us a lot of us don't sit with our children and read. For me, I appreciate them groups coming to our school to do this all over anywhere that these people come and teach our children to read and whatever, I appreciate that. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. They come in a good way, and it's good to give them thanks for every little thing that they do for our children. But that's the point. That's the point where we need to set up maybe 4 hours lunch, and just like the classroom work, and then grade them if they failed because they weren't doing good in reading throughout that spring break. When summer, you advance them to the next grade level, instead of holding them back. And on a child's point of view, what really bothers them psychologically. And it's hard to be 13 years old and sitting in 4th grade classroom and not being able to read. And so I just use that as the point I'm trying to get to. So it'll be, and I like to see some parental involvement. More parents in there. And then the last but not least was to give everybody something at the end of the cycle. They take them all up to Bear Butte, have a cookout or something for in attendance. Maybe we have a casino, we have this and that. We're supposed to be kind of well-off people, but we still have a hard time. But the point is, I always think, why can't we pay our children to go to school if we have to? A little fourth grade to kindergarten, maybe $20 a month. Because if you notice, every classroom that we only have like maybe 8 or 10 students, some a little bit more. But if we can spend thousands of dollars on sending one person to Washington, D.C. for 4 nights stay, I think we can do the same for our children. And that'll give us some perfect attendance. Keep them in school.
Yep. It's summer is like a long time ago. It's good to just like we always say vacation. But if you're like, it's good to have something, like you said, structural reading, or summer school, like even not the whole summer, but maybe just a few weeks. Last 3 years, I've been doing like they have. We have the other I think youth workers to do the reading, and then I usually do Lakota, and then there's many people come, different organizations come, and so we I think we have. It's just like a competition. Maybe it's not this way, but anyway, it's okay because they come to help people, and so that's it's good. It's good that they're we talk out there, don't very honey. What because don't taku don't kumsen taku yeche tushni selection my friend. Na me iwon blaki kilna wocheke unkara pikilna honye picha wakantanka ukeche kalna takucha hahu pikilna nesa na junior pelo.
In short, I told him, you're the answers to our prayers, a lot of us. And God, or Jesus, whatever, told you to come to do this, fulfill your commitments or whatever. I said, you're special people, special people to be amongst our people and give them love, understanding, and teach them how to read and all the other stuff that goes along with it.
Well, that's good. And kind of like today we have some visitors from Colorado, and they really came in, and it's good to have other people come in and show it's different, because we've been together for a whole year. We've been together since August, so it's good to have a change, and they enjoy that, and it creates that, gives them more, I think you said, energy. They energize themselves. And then you mentioned parental involvement. That's really important.
Yeah.
Also, the community involvement is important. And this evening, we had before I left the school, our principal and the Lakota studies and one of our I think he's like a media. We're going to invite people from the community, and like people like you, and each one of us will share a story. Like you mentioned, you shared a Wanavi story tonight. Share that, and we're going to write them. We're going to write those down, and we're going to do we'll keep them at Wandini School, and then we put a title on it. It could be a Wanavi story. It could be the word Oyuchpe, the word Chankteopi. And I'm sure all of you out there listening, especially in the Menderson community and the Wandini community, we're going to ask you to come, and we'll let you know when to come and share a story, a family story. And you mentioned Chris when we started. He's going to come too, and because he's from Anderson. So we're going to sit down, and everybody will talk about some kind of story. Chris, he's a singer, and you can talk about something, and maybe Billy can come talk about bronc riding or something.
Yeah. Elder why is it? Takula Bolakasa Kitano Koakas.
Come again. It's good to have you here. I want to say thank you for coming and sharing.
This evening, I enjoyed my time being here with Brian, and Brian's a man that I've never known 10 years ago, and I just known him lately, 3-4 years back, 5, and he's one of the greatest guys I ever met. And whenever I meet him, he makes my thinking cap click. He makes me think, and makes me kind of aware of what's going on, and makes me feel good. And theater won't keep happy. I know out there. And I hope to copy, and we send our condolences out to the Surgeon family. Black hit yours for Hannah Wakip Happy. 真的为种把它呢，我才有那边啦那不会才拉不。
Yeah, so we always have respect for. So we send our condolences to them. And, with that, we thank you for listening. Go ahead, Chitta.